Expectations for set number 1, especially against Sanguine. More competitive than ever.
Both of our bottom teams find a set win here today against top 4 teams. Obey, overcoming Radiance. Now here Eunited dragging Sanguine, kicking and screaming to a game 3 on the back of Heroine's impressive play with the Honest. And somehow Gino allowed to have this Kuzenbo
that
again.
Counts for Sanctified Field. I'm going to be watching for that interaction as this game goes on.
Scream is ulting though. They want this purple buff invade. Netroid pre-beats it and gets away successfully, but the heart bomb stun is there. Scream getting first blood for United. Now Argus here to say hello. Sanctified Field allows the escape for Shinto, but Wrong You still very bravely right in the thick of all of this. Able to get out of there safely though with that dash.
And United, exactly what you want your solo laner to do.
Scream goes up to the ultimate early, which is on time when it's for a blue buff defense, and that forces Sanguine to fall back. He then used the ultimate to come back towards blue, but still has not yet secured it. Sanguine are here in force as the Hunters are battling it out. Snoopy could be in some trouble if Netroid can find the shots, just gets the last one. Dash gets him out of range, and Snoopy just barely still alive. Meanwhile, with Yarkor with the blue buff around his waist, I assume Sanguine were successful. Snoopy hits the heart bomb, so Netroid's just dead. They end up trading it out.
That's huge by Snoopy. He knows he's dead right there. That's good game awareness because Netroid had backed for full boots. Snoopy had not. So with
Gold
that
Fury already at half, the United continuing to burn it. 2 members being zoned out by Baskin. The United get the first objective of the game. Baskin, though, stuck inside the Sanctified Field, gets just enough help to be able to make it out of there, so there won't be any counter. Scream has used the beads early to get away from Yarkor, who is on the hunt. Even some snipes coming out from Netroid, but Scream still alive. Yarkor with the damage over the wall, and Scream goes down. Sanguine may not have gotten the objective, but they get at least 1 return kill.
A lot of relics on the back end as well. I mean, beads out from Scream, that's a big deal, especially now for Shinto, as he doesn't have to worry about getting dove at all. And I love the way this front line's playing. Rongyu and Yarkor just kind of standing here.
Pyro. But Sanguine are still lurking around. They will not be getting this one for free. Shinto nearby, but Scream comes in again with another stun, and that puts Shinto into an awful position at the back of the fight. Sanctified Field and Consecration get him out. Panatom gets the kill on the Scream, and Pyromancer still stands.
And Netroid finds a solo kill onto Snoopy on the left. It's all coming up Sanguine all of a sudden. Good idea on the CC chain by United. They had Shinto's beats timer, and they were Scream's ultimate. Maybe Snoopy could do enough damage once he finishes off that chins, but until then, he's kind of vibing.
Wrong You using the ult, I think, to get himself out of Snoopy. So Argus comes out in response. Wrong You still low in the back. I think recognizing that is Baskin gets the 2-man stun. Force out beats from Shinto. Sanctified Field is the answer, but Heroine's already gotten rid of Wrong You. They get beyond the Sanctified Field, and Scream is able to put the last bit of damage into Shinto, but here's the response from Netroid. Can't find the shots, trust Panatom to do it, so they make it 2 for 1. Perhaps trying to help out here as the King Arthur does lock down Gino, but Argus tries to keep Netroid out of the fight. They're going to lock down Yarkor in the back, and United all at once. I get a 3 for 1 here in mid.
So that's how you kill the King Arthur before you get the chin size. You just take out everybody else who's relevant at the time and let him try and 4v1 you. Great idea. Is United probably expecting Netroid's going to think they're at gold, but surprise, buddy, they're right here. They'll grab 1 more before they head towards the objective.
Yeah, I was a little bit questioning the use of the beads there from Netroid since it seemed like a no-live situation, but he gets some good return damage out. Almost sets up for Panatom to find a return kill, but still.
Straight up, because the relic deficit for Shinto, then it is worth their time, but they have to confirm this, or else they would have made a mistake.
Well, the fight does seem to be favoring them so far. They drop the objective and yet again want the fight instead. The chase potential from Scream is nuts, and Shinto still does not have the Sanctified Field. He's escaping for now, but Scream has the blink. Dash in, and Shinto never stood a chance. Panatom forced out, and that leaves poor Wrong You in an awful position. Gino gets that kill, another 2 for 0, and the United can head right back towards the Primal Fury. Our core will be here, and quite disruptive at level 19, but United heavily favored to get the objective from here.
And what does it feel like here for United? It feels like they are on the... It is not a coincidence. This looks like how United looked when they first picked up Genetics, remember? But Genetics was a mechanical liability. Baskin is not.
No, not at all. Yarkor tries to defend the FG. He's low, and right there, trying to finish it off as Snoopy gets the damage, and FG lays Forgotten in the background. United wanted the fight. Sanguine keeping forced to overcommit to defend objectives, but Eunited will happily drop them and take the fight instead. Now, Fire Giant likely no longer an option with Rongu, Panatom, and Netroid all here, but I think Eunited, because everyone else retreated, but still separates the fight nicely. Eunited now invading the red buff, already got the tier 2 and retreating, but Sanguine, no, they might not get another closer fight than this, so they're aggressing in. Gino has to use the ultimate to disengage. Argus comes out, and that crashes down right on top of Panatom to disrupt him, but Gino is stuck in a bad spot. Shinto, with the Sanctified Field, collects him, and Sanguine find an answer back.
Just too many ults wasted for United to ever have a hope of winning a team fight after the fact. It was 4 ults for 0 from Sanguine, because Yarkor's Arthur and his ultimate cooldown basically doesn't exist. Sanguine's got to be careful here. They might be overstaying.
I don't know if they realize how sandwiched they might be. Yarkor has been stunned. Scream's waiting for the confusion before he blinks in. He goes for Shinto, but a good consecration creates some space. Snoopy does take care of Yarkor. Wrong you grabs nothing, but they make that into a 1-for-1 and only lose the mid tier 2. I like this from Sanguine though, huh? United just forced all the momentum their direction off the back of this dive from Scream and Baskin, and Sanguine respond by the second that the United step out of line, all-inning them in return.
Really love the pace of this game from both teams. I mean, Sanguine, like I said, not exactly an ideal matchup for them playstyle-wise, but I think they've really answered the call beautifully.
Hey, Shinto, what you got, buddy, to answer this? It looks like just Aegis as Scream gets out of there. Snoopy responds, well, it feels good to leave the lifesteal item out so you can build exactly like this, but I'm not good enough to make it work in my games. I trust Snoopy here instead. United getting aggressive. Gino pulls Yarkor back in, but look at Panatom in the back, deleting Snoopy and showing up when Sanguine absolutely needed him. That gets rid of the Cupid and puts them into a much better position. But United are already on the retreat and disengaging. Scream not even a part of the fight as Yarkor tries to keep up the aggression. But United should be out. Scream will at least take the mid-tier 2 if no one rotates. And Sanguine take Pyro, but they're stuck in a weird spot. Can they afford to do Fire when they don't know where Scream is? The Argus comes out from Whirlwind as well, as the Whirlwind of Brazen Steel throws 2 back towards the rest of the squad. Good damage happening on the Netro over the side from Gino, but he's all alone and no one there to help him follow up.
Oh, just in time for Netroid's roll to come up. Scream, by the way, should just have this. Oh, the TP got canceled. Yarkor got interrupted, and he's got mid-Phoenix, and he's out of there, man. No chance Panatom catches him.
No bees, though, for Shinto is going to make this a really scary fight for him because Scream's ultimate is up again. And I know that he knows he can get back there to Shinto. Hire around to find the fruit as he goes up to the sky. Instead, he goes for Shinto. I let myself get confused there for a moment, but he knew what was up. Snoopy gets one, Scream gets the other. Netroid gets the return kill on the Snoopy. That is something. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel does control one more member, but now Netroid needs some help. Aegis only buys him time for a moment. 3 for 1. They only lose Snoopy, and the United can continue to step on the gas.
Hurry and Scream trying to win their 2v1 against Yarkor, where Gino and Baskin are up against Rongu. Just the beefy boys left for Sanguine, but I don't think they're going to stand for long. Yarkor buys as much time as he can, but down he goes, down goes the tier 2 tower and right. And United, I think they can just march down mid and go for the Titan.
They certainly can. This is where it helps to, you don't have to worry so much about missing Snoopy like you would with structures. Whirlwind can do plenty of damage to the Titan if they can make their way in. Now Shinto's up in 10, and he will have that Sanctified Field up to heal or to help. So that means it's not guaranteed here for United, but the damage is coming through quickly. Gino has to back out, but it's down to a third. 2 seconds left for Shinto to get here, but it's not enough time. United in the debut set with their new roster able to take care of Sanguine.
Man,